Hello everybody, this is Chess Aniac here. First I'd like to say thank you for watching, welcome aboard. Now this video here, I'm going to show you an actual game reenactment. It's from Spain, like 3 years ago. Now it's 4, going to be. So, it's, let's see what the name is right here. Matias Larorre versus Maximilian Lu. I'm going to use our last names, Larorre and Lu. Now, Larorre will be white, portrayed by the orange, and Lu will be black, portrayed by the green. And this took place like 4 years ago in Spain, chess tournament. This is an actual game. See if we can learn something here. As it started, Larorre did the queen's pawn, and Lu opened up with the knight. This is a very, despite the fact that the queen's gambit is the most common, one of the most common openings, but this is actually the top move from this move here, from the d4 queen's pawn. So another top move is move your to c4. This is starting to be like similar to the English Open. And you move your knight here. Knight, develop your pieces. Now you castle. See, a lot of times, you know, you would have your pawn move out, your knight here, go pin the knight to the queen. And so, usually, they'll wait, but you move the bishop here anyway. Interesting move. Move it out of the way. More protection. A little interesting situation here. Knights are going to be attacking each other. So either this guy. So a little bit of position here. Move your bishop. Take. Take. Move your pawn to c6. See if I can see any tactics here. Anybody missed? I don't see anything. Castle, king side. Queen to b3. Take. And he also attacks the queen. So now you attack. You're protected. Everybody's protected now. That's what you want to do. Move back. You always want to put your pieces where they're protected by another piece. That's the best way. Knight to d7. Usually they'll make this move a little earlier, but it's another common move. Move your bishop. Key is here, take this pawn, and then attack the rook. More protection here. Now it's an interesting situation. Attack the bishop. Attack the queen. Usually that's how you want to do it. To protect another piece, you attack another piece. So now move the bishop back. A6 now. Now he castles. King to safety. So I don't know what's the deal here. Giving away a free pawn, looks like. See if that pawn's poisoned, which I don't see how. Another situation here. Take the pawn. Take the pawn. Now, the queens are attacked. Looks like you're going to trade queens pretty soon. You take the pawn. You also protect the queen. So both queens are protected. Now it looks like the queens are going to have a staring contest. Right here. Right here. So, here's the position now. You trade the queens. Move the bishop. Attack the knight. Knight gets out of the way. Now, the end game, your pieces are getting attacked here. It's easier to get them out of the way. Now, the rooks are going to have a bit of a staring contest here. So they didn't try. So we're having a staring contest. Again, still a staring contest. Move your rook. So, yep, they're still having a staring contest. You're attacking the bishop. Right here. So now it's trade a bishop for a knight. I'll give up a bishop for. I'll give up a knight before a bishop. Before I would give up a bishop before a knight, because I believe bishops are a little bit more powerful and can be used more in the end game. But a lot of people like their knights, though. Again. Now it's back to the staring contest. The idea is, if you take the bishop, you go down here, take the rook, and do some damage that way. That's the idea here. Get him out of the way. Now they're no longer having a staring contest. Right here. Protect the bishop. Now you're attacking the rook. Move the rook out of the way. Even though a bishop is protected, but you still want to attack it. Here. So, you take. You take. You take. All right, now I see a little bit. Here's a tactic here. So, you take the rook here. So here's a tactic. Now you can fork. You got both rooks. You move the king. So you want to do is move your king here. But that was by Lore or White. But instead, move king here, so they're both being attacked. You take this one. Move them here. So now you're doing a bit of a dance in here. Dance. Now you're doing some dancing. King protect. No. It was right here. Now you want to take him. Sorry about that. A little bit. Right here. Right here. Attacking the bishop. Now the bishop's attacking the rook. Rook attacking the bishop. Pawn protecting the bishop. Okay. Now the rook. See what's going on here. Now we're protected. Right here. So take. Take. Right there. Not sure. Move the king. Now you want your king in opening and mid game. You want your king protected. Once the end game happens, you need to get your king involved. Check. No. Right here. Second time I did it for some reason. I don't know what's going on here. So you block the check with the bishop. That's protected. Now you check. So move your king back. Here. Now you're advancing your pawns. You check the king. Now the rook is protected, so you check the king here. Get him out of the way. Dancing the pawns. Now black is in a situation here, Lu, where he can take control pretty soon by advancing the pawns. Pawns are going to be unstoppable. Surprised that Lord did not resign already. Check. Right here. Check. Right down here. Right here. So your check. So Lu has a much better position over Lore. So now you're in a desperate situation here. You got to check the king. But here is the rook is being protected here. So you can't take it because of check. But if he takes here, then you can take here. So a rook trade is basically the only hope to do. So now we're in a really end game here. down here. Move down here. 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 Right here it is. The final position here. Larorre resigns because a pawn, he can't move here. He has to move back, and you can just use your king to put him in trouble. I think a mate. I think there's gonna be like a mate in like 5 or 6 moves. So, depending on which king moves. So, if the king moves here, I'll definitely move the bishop here to check the king here. Get him out of the way, then he can promote to a queen. So, like I said, this is the final position. Marina Larorre and Maximilian Lu has defeated Matias Larorre in like, how many moves is this? 62 moves. So it's a pretty long game here. So, this is it. Thank you for watching. This is a Chess Maniac saying thank you for watching, and see you next time.